us this beautiful Wednesday morning. Mark Hunter here out of the Charlotte office of the Messer Financial Group, welcoming you once again to what is today our final Wednesday webinar for health insurance products. And we're excited again today to discuss with you, show you, introduce to you the product that you'll be able to use with your ACA sales. Everyone's in the throes of it right now, trying to tie up their loose ends on their senior market and opening up the doors to that market under 65. Just a couple of issues I'd like to bring to your attention. Number one, on the housekeeping of muting your phones. We should have you all muted with this presentation, but just in case, please put your phone on mute. Number two, we're going to be adding information on our site as you're watching the presentation, giving you information on how to contract with us, how to take care of your E&O. So if you need any of that, you'll have it available. And then if you have any questions, we're going to ask that you please type those questions in so that we can hold all the questions until the very end. This morning, again with us is Jesse Brewer, the Senior Director of Sales with the SureBridge Group. And Jesse's back with us. He was with us on the 4th. Or today's the 4th, he was with us 2 weeks ago, and we went over some of the basics with SureBridge. We're going to add to that, enhance that today. And with all that in due mind, I ask you, Jesse, please take over, my friend.
All righty. Thank you, Mark. Thank you, Barb. I appreciate the time that everybody's taken out of their day to join us on the webinar. And also, since it's the first week of open enrollment, I'm sure that you're off to a quick start and looking at ways to make this a great opportunity here for the Obamacare Affordable Care Enrollment Type, OEP. So let's go ahead and get started with what we're going to talk about today. So when we talk about, why should you sell products from SureBridge, and you can see the boxes across. Well, right now we know that the consumer out there, budgets are pretty well strapped because of the price of gas and food and things like that. Now, even though they tell us inflation isn't going up, I still see it every day I go to the grocery store. Prices are low. But what we have here is we have supplemental plans that you can customize to be able to fit within a family's budget. So you've got all different types of benefit levels that are available, so everything can become affordable for all the families that you're working with. And all of our plans are cash benefit plans paid back to the consumer, not to the hospital or the doctor. It's all money paid back to you. They're simple. Plans are very, very simple. Right now, health insurance, it is, pretty darn complicated with everything. And everybody, there's a lot of questions and stuff out there that people are looking for, and they're looking for agents that have a good background of what's going on in the healthcare industry and the insurance industry as far as health insurance. And they're looking for things that are easy to understand. All of our plans are very, very easy. Now, ease of business, I'll tell you what, everything is done electronic. We are not able to take a paper app. Everything is a single app. We have what we call a smart app. So what happens is whenever you're getting ready to enroll for some type of policy, you might be able to buy multiple policies, but you're going to have one app. And that app's going to bring up the questions that's needed for that particular coverage. So you're not going to have multiple apps to fill out. You're going to have one, but it's going to bring the questions that you need for each policy that you're going to buy. And the underwriting turnaround time is terrific. It's within 24 hours. We're going to have an underwriting decision made because some of it's guarantee issue, some of it's simplified underwriting. So the ease of business is right there. Plus, you're going to be paid. The portfolio, we have a very broad portfolio from cancer to critical illness, to disability, to dental, to vision, to well care. So you've got a lot of different things that you can pick and choose from. And then the other is that the commissions are very competitive. and you're paid in a timely manner. So you're not waiting. All these commissions are paid quickly through the SUP sales. Now as we move on, how can it help? Well, you know what? We're always looking at that puzzle. Protect, expand, secure, and increase. Well, what we want to do is with our products, you have an opportunity to increase cross-selling. Right now, we know that there's gaps in everybody's health plan. They got large deductibles, copays, things that need to be done out of pocket. So here's your chance to be able to cross-sell and have more policies in that house. Instead of being somebody who just sold one policy, a major med, and left, you're just selling policies. Right now, if you're cross-selling, you become a trusted, valued advisor to that family, helping them with their health care. So, why do we want to do that? Well, we're all out there trying to increase our existing book of business. We want those people to be clients, just not policy holders. So we're looking for clients. We want to grow that book of business, and we want to be able to generate a revenue stream. That's why we're in this business. We're looking for residuals that's going to carry on so that our income stays level going forward. Now, expand what I said. Instead of being somebody who sold one policy, now you're an advisor. They're going to be calling you for, how do I handle this? What do I do? How does my policy work? You're going to be there to be able to help them. Instead of just kind of be one and done and be gone, you're going to be their advisor, because there's a lot of questions that come up. And the other thing is you're protecting your clients so that you're going to prevent them from having something catastrophic that's going to cause them to have financial stress, because you're providing the right products at the right time. In other words, you're going to be able to provide the solution. Now, what's neat about this is that all these products are available through Messer on the cloud going forward. Now, the first product that we want to talk about, which is our fastest selling product that we have, is Critical Illness Direct. Now, when we think about critical illness, I always kind of think of it as a life insurance plan that you don't have to die to collect. And so you can see the conditions that it's going to cover: advanced Alzheimer's, illness-induced coma, heart attack, cancer, major organ transplant, stroke, end-stage renal, coronary bypass. So you can see all that. Well, I'll tell you what, the big three that people have on critical illness is going to be the heart attack, stroke, and cancer. And we know statistic-wise that 1 in 3 people are going to be diagnosed with cancer in their lifetime. And when we take a look at, if a customer suffers an event paying 25% of the benefit, they'll get the rest of the 75% if they have first occurrence of something else. But when we think about personal bankruptcies filed in the U.S., okay, 62% of the bankruptcies in 2007 were due to medical bills and loss of income, okay? But what's interesting is that a large percentage of those people, more than 2/3, had health insurance coverage. But with high deductibles, things like that, they were living on the edge. People are living paycheck to paycheck. So it's very, very difficult. Well, the next question that I have is, when you're talking to a consumer, the best way to engage the consumer into thinking about critical illness is really, you want to think about 4 questions. And you want to try to paint a picture and visualize this so that they can be able to think about how they would use critical illness. The first question is, who do you know who's had a heart attack, stroke, or cancer? We all know of somebody, whether it be a coworker, whether it be somebody we go to church with, a family member, or ourselves. We all know of somebody. So kind of put that picture in your mind. The second question, was it expected or unexpected? Like I said, cancer. 1 out of 3 people is going to have cancer. And if there's 3 of us standing in the kitchen and we look at each other and we all go, you know what, it's not going to be me, Well, we know it's going to be 1 out of 3, but we all look at each other and it's not going to be me. Well, you just never know. Now, when we talk about was it expected or unexpected, you know what? It's going to happen. And the next question, when we start thinking about this, is that was there financial or emotional stress involved? Well, you know what? I got good health insurance, things like that, but I still have some emotional stress because I'm talking about survival. And the fourth question is if somebody showed up and gave me cash of $25,000 or $50,000, how would have that helped? Could I have paid my mortgage for 6 months? Could I replace my income for 6 months? Could I paid off my credit card debt, my card note, whatever, so I remove that financial stress? So always think about those 4 questions, because I like to sell by painting a picture or getting the consumer engaged based upon questions. So let's just think about critical illness as being one of the first products that we're going to recommend to our clients that we're talking to. Now, as we go forward, hospital confinement is another product that we have. And you know what? If you're confined in a hospital, you've got 3 different options, and you got a lifetime maximum of 365 days. Sickness, you got a 30-day. Injury, you got a 0. And then you got your daily benefit, and you can see how that works. I was confined here in the hospital here about 5 months ago, and I was basically in there for, I think, about 36 hours. But you know what? I still haven't stopped getting bills from the hospitals, the doctor, the radiologist. You know, everything's fine, but I keep getting all these bills all the time. And you know what? I had a large deductible. I had my co-pays and everything. I'm still up somewhere around about $18,000, $20,000. I haven't figured it out completely, but it's like it just doesn't stop. The bills keep coming, kind of like the Energizer Bunny, keeps on going. So hopefully we got that taken care of. But hospital confinement is a very good policy because we know that expenses are going to be high in the hospital. So when you take a look at the average hospital cost in the year 2000 was $17,390. In 2010, that is up to $33,079, so it's almost doubled. And the average amount of time for a hospital stay, according to the ACA, is 4.9 days. So you're looking at about 5 days, and you're looking at that type of expense. So you want to be able to reduce that exposure, so the hospital confinement is a good policy to take a look at. Okay, now you can see that confinement means the insured person's admission to a subsequent continued stay in a hospital for which a daily charge for room and board is made, because we always get that definition of a hospital. So there you've got it. Now, accident companion. This is a very unique product, and you can have one of 4 benefits. Option 1, $2,500. Option 2, $5,000. Option 3, $7,500. And option 4, $10,000. Now, I'll tell you what. The families that I really recommend this to are families that have children. If you have kids who are active in sports, whether it be Pop Warner football, soccer, basketball, any of those types of things, an accident plan is very, very good. In our family, I've got 3 boys. They're all grown now and out of the house, but I can remember the bicycle wrecks, the skateboards, breaking the arms, all those types of things, concussions. You know what? I didn't have this, but it would have been nice. So when you start thinking about the benefit levels that you can have, and you look at the premium. Now, this is per person. Now, what's unique about this is you do not have to have the parents sign up for this. The children can purchase this and be primary. So if you have children, I'd be looking at least option 1, $750 a month. You're really talking about, what, $90 a year premium? So that they have an option that in case they do have an accident, here you go. They're going to have an in-hospital. I mean, with a concussion, they're going to be in there at least 1 day for observation. And then you can see the other benefits for follow-up and things. So this is something that I would probably position to be for families. All right, dental. We have dental insurance. You know what? It's nice to have. I always looked at dental insurance as really a nice luxury because it forces me to go to the dentist on a routine basis, to have the checkups, and really prevent the big things from happening. Now, we have the Premier and we have the Basic. And you can see the difference there. Whether it be a calendar year benefit maximum of $1,000 on the Basic or $1,200 on the Premier, and then the benefit maximum per family, and you've got your preventive, you've got zero deductible, co-insurance network. You're going to be using the Carrington Dental Network. Now, this product is approved in Georgia, South Carolina, Tennessee, Florida, but it's not in North Carolina. We've not had approval there yet, but we continue to try, and hopefully it'll happen one of these days, but it hasn't yet. And then you have restorative, and then you have the major stuff. So you can kind of see where the co-insurance is, whether you be in network or out of network, but dental insurance is a nice plan to have, and also you can sell this to seniors. So dental insurance is a very good one to add. The other one that we've added, and this is one that I've purchased for myself, is iMed Vision Care. My wife and I, we both wear glasses, and I'm surprised at what the cost of glasses are these days. They continue to go up, and you know what? They keep getting more expensive, but as you need bifocals and things like that, they seem to really skyrocket in price. But we joined iMed, and it was very neat. When I joined, probably about a couple days later after I joined, I received a letter that listed all the different providers within like 2-mile radius of my home, and the first one on the list was a Dr. Armitage. Well, Dr. Armitage, I go to church with her, had her kids and Boy Scouts, things like that, and she's the first one on the list, and she's also my eye doctor that I go to. So now that I have the, excuse me, the Premier Vision plan, I can go to her and I'm getting discounted rates, and I have, you know, things that I can have a reduced on frames, and you can see the different things that's going to be able to be paid. But the iMed Vision Care plan is very, very good. It's, you know, when I got the letter and how they set it all up and with my ID card and stuff, it was great to have. So that's something to think about. Now, open enrollment. This is for 11-1. Since open enrollment started, the new products and benefit levels that we have the Metal Gap plan, which we'll talk about in a minute. We have all these wellness, discount services, medical assistance. We have ID theft, all that's there. Also, under critical illness, we have 10,000 guaranteed issue. Now, if you want more, you can purchase more. It's just going to be done on a simplified underwriting basis, but you are able to get 10,000 guaranteed issue. Now, the new benefit levels that we have, we've added 80 and 100,000. The maximum used to be 60, but we've moved it up to 100,000. Disability plans, we've added 2 new elimination periods, the 60 and the 90-day. So instead of having the 14-day or the 30, you now have a 60 and a 90, and the disability plan becomes much more affordable because everybody, you know, would like to have the shortest elimination period, the maximum benefit, but that's usually going to be the most expensive, and then most people won't end up buying any disability coverage. I think disability coverage is the primary coverage that I've got to have first because that protects my income and allows me to maintain my lifestyle and pay my medical premiums and everything else. It keeps everything on track. And then we also have guaranteed issue disability plans. I mean, we'll guarantee issue up to $500 a month for 1 year, so that's a good thing to have. And then we have guaranteed issue hospital confinement plan. So those are the things that we've rolled out for 11-1, and to get, you know, to increase those opportunities for the agent working in the ACA market. Now, going forward, the metal gap plan, you've got, package A, B, C, whether it be good, better, best, you're looking at the different benefits amount, and you can see the calendar year maximum, and you can see whether it be, 2,000, 4,000, or 6, and then you can see what's going to be paid for hospital confinement, the 2, the 4, the 6, outpatient surgery benefit. Now also, it's going to be available in Georgia, it's available in Mississippi, North Carolina. It is not available in Florida, and it's available in South Carolina. So probably a lot of the people that I'm talking to today are probably from those states. So you do have this product available, and you will be able to quote it through Messer, and you can give them a call, or you can look at the agent portal at SureBridge and be able to quote it that way. Wellness product updates. This is beginning to be very interesting because, you know what, we see a lot of consumer fraud and everything else, and I just find these products to provide a lot more value as time goes forward. Get more, it's $10. You got dental, vision, prescription, LASIX, Chiro, alternate meds. Get health at $15. You've got the teledoc. In the nurse line and the health advocate and the medical doc management, I find this very interesting because as I started to look and do some research, over 70% of all ER visits can be handled over the phone. 70% of any time we go to the ER, it could have been handled over the phone. Now, when we think about it, the top 9 reasons for ER visits, this is very interesting, and this is by the Wellness Council of America, is allergies, bronchitis, earache, sore throat, pink eye, sinusitis, strep throat, upper respiratory, and urinary tract infection. So those 9 things we're going to the emergency room for, where those could be handled by talking to the doc or the nurse line and getting a prescription and saving us going through the emergency room door, reducing that cost. And then Get Living, you're looking at preventive services, fitness discounts, vitamin, meal and diet planning, immunization, and then Get Secure, and you're looking at lifeline screening. So there's a lot of different things. Now that's all moved down into the discount services like we talked about, dental, vision, prescription, you've got all that. Medical assistance. If you have a chance, go out and check the website called Healthiest You. It's a neat website to see, but that's what we use, is Healthiest You, and they're going to be able to help you with prescription cost, where to go, list of doctors, all kinds of good ideas. And then the ID theft protection. We're always talking about being hacked, and we always hear about large companies and credit cards and databases being hacked. And also, if your credit card's been used out of area, they'll notify you. That happens with me once in a while when I'm traveling. All of a sudden I'm gone, and they're going to notify me and say, hey, somebody's using your credit card in this state. Well, I'm there. So they're checking. So this is a neat bundle to have because you want to protect that ID theft. I don't know if you've known anybody that's had their identity compromised and the amount of time it takes to get that corrected. It's well worth what you're going to be able to pay for this. Now, Health Advocate Medical Bill Saver. This helps members navigate the healthcare system and health insurance systems. Remember, this stuff is not always easy, and we always want to be able to talk to somebody and have somebody on our side. Being able to, get a list of the doctors of who does what, instead of going to the phone book and looking in the yellow pages, now we have an opportunity to do it all electronic and we have somebody that's going to be able to help us. They can schedule appointments, insurance claims issues, they can help us with that, and assist with elder care. If you're going to end up taking care of your parents and you have questions about, facilities, things like that, this is a good place to talk to. Obtain unbiased health information. So it's just a good referral service that you can talk to. Medical bill saver, they're going to be able to help you negotiate your hospital bills. Anytime you have a hospital bill greater than $400, they're going to be able to go to bat for you and see if they can get some cost reductions. So that's a benefit of being involved with the wellness. Now the ID theft, talk a little bit about that. You can see what goes on there. Credit monitoring and reports, cyber monitoring, bank accounts, credit cards, medical insurance records. They're going to be able to check a lot of different things. So it keeps you up to date and keeps you protected so that your identity is not going to be compromised. So that's a good thing to have. I always go out and check our credit report and things to make sure that everything is correct and up to date, that there's no outdated information or anything, because it does have an impact on your auto insurance rates, stuff like that. They look at that as far as bill paying on time, things like that. I just want to make sure that nothing is in there that's incorrect. So I keep a watch on that myself, but the ID theft would do that for you. Now, going forward, critical illness product changes. We talked about that we have 10,000 guaranteed issue critical illness. And, when you think about how many people receive a lump sum benefit of 10,000 or more, and they can decide what they want to do with it, whether it be if they've been diagnosed with cancer and they want to go to one of the cancer centers, they're going to have the money to be able to do it, to be able to get on an airplane, go to Texas, MD Anderson, and go and check and see. The other thing is that you're going to have the ability to sell more than just 10,000. So you have guaranteed issue of 10,000, but if you answer a few additional health questions, you're going to go through simplified underwriting, and you can purchase more. Now, the individuals that sell critical illness that are real successful, they always find a way to attach this to something, whether it be to reduce the exposure of the high deductibles and things, or to pay 6 months or 12 months of house payments, mortgage payments, or rent payments. They can do that, or they'll attach it to replace maybe 6 months of income or 1 year of income. So there's all kinds of ways to get somebody to think about what amount that they should be buying. It's tough to recommend, oh, I think you need 50,000. They got to decide why they need 50,000. So get them to start thinking about the indirect cost. Tell you what, the critical illness plan, I talked to a young lady here a while back who was diagnosed with cancer, because I was in a room doing a training session, and I asked that one question: who do you know who's had a heart attack, stroke, or cancer? Hands went up. Does anybody here know of anybody who's benefited from owning a critical illness policy? Her hand stayed up, and I asked her. She's a young lady, 29 years old. She's diagnosed with cancer, and she told me a little bit about the story. And she says, what this did for me, it provided freedom, because I was living on my own. My parents loved me, but I didn't want to go home. I still wanted to be in my apartment and things. So she said I had a lump sum amount of money, and it was the insurance money that came to me. I could still go to work, but I couldn't work as much as I was before. But when I went through chemo treatment, I'd come home not feeling well. I didn't want to cook. Well, she would order a meal. She'd have it catered. You know what? She didn't want to push the vacuum and clean her apartment, so she hired Mary Maids. Now, she was well and everything. She'd be doing this herself, but here she had the extra money to do it. And then, you know what? She says, I didn't like doing laundry. I don't like ironing blouses and pants and dresses and things like that. So you know what? I sent it to the dry cleaner. So a lot of the things that she was doing on her own when she was healthy, now that she wasn't, she didn't feel like doing, but she felt like she could because she had the money to be able to do it. So her parents loved her dearly, but she really didn't want to move back home. She still wanted to maintain her independence. So that was a good story on that young lady, because everybody thinks that, oh, the critical illness, it's not going to happen to me, and you should buy that when you're older. Well, I'll tell you what, the people that survive a critical illness are the ones that are healthy. Those are the ones that need to be buying it, because they're the ones that's going to be able to survive a critical illness. So, and it can happen at any age. So think about putting this product into your portfolio and talking to your clients about it. Now, disability product changes. I said that, you know, we still have the 14, we have the 30-day, we've added the 60 and the 90-day, and we have guaranteed issue of $500 a month for a 12-month benefit. And you can have an accident-only disability, or you can have an accident and sickness. So you can decide which one you want. The accident sickness is going to be a little bit more money than the accident-only disability, because the majority of our disabilities are due to an illness, and cancer is one of them. Now, the guaranteed issue portfolio, effective 11/1 for this enrollment period, we have vision, dental, accident companion, accident direct, critical accident, protect, fit plus. Those are all guarantee issue. The new critical illness, we said 10,000 is critical illness. Hospital confinement, $250 a day benefit. That's going to be guaranteed issue. And then you have the disability plans. So you can see that the individuals that you're talking to that might have some health issues, been compromised in the past, they have an opportunity to be able to purchase these products. Now, SureBridge products, you can see that this is required in all different types of presentations that we do. SureBridge is a registered trademark, and that's for our brokerage operation. We're Chesapeake Life Insurance. We're out of basically Dallas, Texas. It says North Richland Hills, but I go to Dallas, and I can't tell you when I drive from Dallas to North Richland Hills unless I see a little sign. So that's where we're at, in the Dallas area. So you can go out to the SureBridgeInsurance.com website. You can check all the products there. You can also be in touch with Messer Financial, and they will give you an update on all the products and ideas on where you can position them and sell the products. So again, thank you very, very much for taking the time out of your day to attend a webinar. We always try to make these for about 45 minutes at max with the information that we're presenting and the questions that we might have. So again, thank you very much. Mark, I'll turn it back over to you so they can have all the contact information. I know that most of the agents have all that, so I'll turn it back to you. Again, thank you very much.
Hey, Jesse, again, thank you very much for taking the time this morning to get us up to date on all these products. For all of your information, I know you've been seeing it posted on the screen, but one of the nicest things about the SureBridge arrangement, it is exclusive with Messer. So please do take the time to go over to our website and get your contracting started. Also, you'll see on our posted the information just in case you do need to get your E&O. And I thought it was also interesting that you can now get an app so that you can watch these webinars in the future, either on your iPhone or on your Android, which I think would be convenient to a number of you out there. General question, Jesse, the portion of guaranteed CI that's available, guaranteed, but subject to some pre-existing conditions. Do you have a little detail on how that works?
It's got to be, subject to, pre-existing condition. If they've been diagnosed with cancer before, they can still get the critical illness, but then they'll be covered for the heart attack and stroke, those types of things.
So an existing condition or pre-existing condition will be eliminated from the coverage, but the other coverages will be available.
Correct.
Okay, good, good. Question came up for those agents that are using our cloud software as to the readiness of the SureBridge products. And right now our cloud software is still operating off of the 2015 version, which is what we're calling the version 1. The 2.0 version is expected to be released here on the 15th of November. And in that version, of course, all of this will be readily accessible for you to use on your quoting software immediately while you're sitting with your client. Looking to see if we have any additional questions. And I don't think I have any at this time. So again, Jesse, I think you did a great job covering everything for us this morning. And again, all of you agents, if you have questions regarding the product, its availability in your state, please do give us a call back here at our toll-free number. We'll make sure that you're brought over to one of your team representatives. And again, that toll-free number is 866-568-9649. Or you can simply, again, email us here at Messer Financial, and we'll address your questions. Jesse, again, thank you very much for your time this morning. And to all of you from Messer, have a safe Veterans Day next week and a beautiful and happy Thanksgiving with your family and loved ones. Thank you for now.
We have a very successful enrollment period here working the ACA.
Excellent. Thank you, Jess. Bye now, guys.
Bye-bye.